suck. Suck. I'm gonna return you. Okay, I'm gonna make the clip right now because it's fresh and disappointing. They were laughing at me. Little duck was laughing at me. I couldn't track it. I couldn't even take a picture and it was standing still. And like, look at this loser trying to track me with a Sigma lens. You suck! Welcome back, my loyal subscribers. Today, we're gonna go through the humble review I did with the Sigma 100 to 400 millimeter. As you may have seen my previous video, I reviewed the Sigma Sport 70 to 200 2.8, and I was so happy with the performance. I'm actually keeping it. I was so happy that I said, what if I had more reach? So I ordered the Sigma 100 to 400, hoping to get the same performance in terms of autofocus and tracking. And to my surprise, maybe not a surprise for some of you, I was very disappointed. So I want to show you just a couple of shots that I have here, and just to show you what this lens is good for if you already have it. If you don't have it and you're considering looking for a 100 to 400 similar super zoom length for your Sony cameras, I would recommend saving for the G Master version because adapting it just didn't do it for me. So we'll start with this image right here. I was at Balboa Park. For those of you who don't know, it's in San Diego. It's like a giant park full of museums. There's a zoo, lots of gardens. It's a popular spot to be at, especially during the weekend or when there's long weekends. So as you can see, this is 100 to 400 millimeters. I tested this on the A7 III, so I wanted to get the best autofocus possible. I was always shooting in continuous, and I always use spot focus. So here, I'm focused on a very tall tower. And as you can see, sharpness is good. Like, this is not the disappointing part. The disappointing part is that the AF, just to cut the chase, was only good with static subjects. Tracking objects just didn't do it. Here's like a sculpture, some piece of art. Not sure what that means, but this was like a bokeh test. Here, I was clearly focusing on this, but as you can see, even on this static subject, it failed. And this thing was not moving. Trust me, they don't have legs. Alright, this sculpture. It worked on this one. I was happy with the shot. It gave me a nice perspective, compression, bringing this building over here closer to me. This is El Cid, if you're not familiar with Spanish history. I like this shot. But then again, this is not moving. This is the other side. And this is the tower I shot from the other image. And this tower is very far away from this sculpture. So that compression was a very nice detail there. It's sharp. Alright. Okay, so before I get into this, overall, as you can see, I only shot a couple of images. This is not a lot. I shot some images of ducklings swimming around an area. It's kind of like a pool in front of the botanical garden. The reason I didn't include pictures is because it would have been pointless. I literally took 15 to 20 shots trying to track this little duck swimming or walking around in the grass next to its mother. None of those shots were in focus. And I did nothing different that I would have done with the Sport 70 to 200 or any other lens, including native lenses. So I didn't include those photos because the duck was never in focus. And to me, that was the ultimate test. If I can't track a duck, I'm not going to track a person. So this is the moment, the decisive moment, where I decided that I was going to return this lens. And in fact, it's already on its way back to New York, where it came from. So do I recommend it? In short words, no, I don't recommend it. It couldn't track. And I really thought it would track a little bit. Maybe I would have gotten a couple in focus, but out of all the 20 shots of that duck, I was so disappointed because the duck wasn't really that fast and there wasn't that much going on, so it was disappointing that it did not track. However, in contrast, the following images are with the 70-200 Sport, which I made 3 videos already about. And if you have not checked that out, I recommend you watch those. I'm going to post links to those videos as well. The first one's like a Snapchatty look because I was so excited. But the other 2, I show you more sample images to show you the quality and the focus. So I'm just going to do a quick run because I took this lens out again because I was so disappointed. I was like, I need some good AF in my life, a good quality, good result. So I took this lens out. This guy wasn't moving, but I liked the composition. He was just embracing the water. This is Torrey Pines, for those of you who aren't familiar with San Diego. Okay, this was like the redemption for me. I saw this group of pelicans. Let's see, there's 7, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 7. I saw them from far away, and I was like, this is my chance to prove to myself that this lens actually tracks the way I've been saying it does. So I took a couple consecutive shots. I wasn't shooting in high frame rates because I don't like to just spray and pray. I time my shots. So I was tracking these. I did lock on focus. Every single shot was in focus. And I can zoom in for you. These pelicans are wonderful. I love watching how they fly. It reminds me of the jets. Or the other way around. Jets reminds us of them. I was at 70, then I was at 200. Here I'm focused on the top bird. This is all at 2.8. I didn't miss focus on any of these shots. I like this one a lot. I need to move my watermark from there because it kind of ruins it. But I like that this was a perfect diagonal. I didn't crop anything. This is the way I shot it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a bird missing. Probably back there. But nonetheless, I got this shot and they're in focus. That's like the best part. This is when they were right above me. They're perfect. There's no complaints here. This is once they pass over and here's the sun. There's a little flare, not a big deal for me. They're still in focus. More of a silhouette now. See this. Had I had the other lens, I would have gotten excited because I would have taken a 400mm shot of these birds. However, I am 100% certain I would have missed this opportunity. You can see, and this one I like a lot because you see the clouds. It's like a rainy weekend. The birds are flying together, and then in the back, these are all seagulls. I guess it was lunchtime and they're just flying around trying to see where the fish are at. But here's a portrait. My point is, the Sport 70-200 2.8, if you do not have the G Master, if you're looking for a 2.8, it's not going to let you down. You just got to learn to use it right. You know which focus modes are the best. Got your camera settings all figured out. You're going to get shots like these and even better. I'm not disappointed with this lens at all. But in comparison of this performance compared to the 100-400 Sigma, just don't even go for it. So, unfortunately, this is a negative one. So for those of you who are hesitant about adapting glass, if you don't have them already, is what I mean, whether you should buy adapted glass or not, I always think you should rent it If you don't want to rent it and just buy it, make sure you return it within the 30 days that they give you, like such as ARM or BH. KEH gives you 14 days. Most of them give you a good amount of time where you can go out 2 to 3 times and do these types of tests and figure out if an adaptive lens is going to work for you or not. And to be honest, I had the Sigma 100 to 400. I took it out for one autofocus test for one day. I only needed 2 hours to know this wasn't going to work. When I got the Sigma Sport though, it was so good I had to take it out 3 or 4 times to confirm my findings, because you don't always expect them to work the way you want to. And sometimes it's just the lighting, sometimes it's not the lighting, it's other conditions. So try out the lens first. Thank you so much for watching. Don't get this lens. Do get the Sport. If you don't like it, just return it. But I'm fairly certain that you're going to be happy with it, because the sharpness and performance paired with the 3rd generation Sony's is excellent. Alright, so I hope you keep watching my videos. And I got a huge viewing on my last one on a backpack. I got 9 views. I'm so proud of that one. It was so good. 9 views is like my target audience, you know. Anyway, I'm going to be doing more reviews. I have 2 more Canon lenses I do want to show you on Sony's because they work so good. And right now I'm in the transition of figuring out my kit. I'm changing some things up. I get gas, you know, the gear acquisition syndrome, and I like to try new things out. So keep it on your radar. I may or may not be testing out a Canon EOS R soon, and I may or may not be pairing that with an A7 III to do my work. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited to try new gear out, and always excited to share if it works or not. So till next time. Thank you. Thank you very much. And if you haven't seen my backpack video, go watch it. I have 9 views right now. It would be great to get to 10. Thanks.